Hello, this is Top Prep Sports Interviews by Sunil Sunder Raj. Tonight, I'm happy to be speaking with Leyton Frye, a senior at West Greene High School in Mosheim, Tennessee, and a point guard on the varsity basketball team. Once again, Leyton, thank you so much for the opportunity. Great to be speaking with you.
Great to be speaking with you. Thank you.
Hey, congrats on your success here, senior season on the varsity basketball team, putting that number 5 jersey on. I was looking at your stats and heights, highlight videos, excuse me, are so impressive. I think as of January 5th, you were averaging 27.5 points per game, 7.2 assists, 4.2 rebounds, and 3.3 steals per game. And also a major milestone in achievement. 1,000 career points, I believe took place back on November 29th of 2022. You scored 35 points in that game. I mean, just incredible statistics. This has got to be very rewarding for you, to see all your hard work paying off here, Leyton.
Oh, yes, of course. I've put so much hard work into it over the summer, over these past few summers, actually, and to see it finally paying off, it's a great feeling.
You know, what's incredible is that I believe you stand 6 feet tall. I mean, the fact that you're doing this, at this size. I mean, I think it's inspiration. I think a lot of, kids will take a lot out of this. I mean, talk about that. You show no fear. You said you're willing to, drive into the paint, into the lane, and, knock down shots, layups. And then, of course, hitting it from behind the arc as well.
Oh, yes, sir. I didn't really get that confidence until sophomore year because after that year, I played summer ball with Big Shots. And we used to travel to big tournaments where I was playing, like big D1 athletes that are probably going to go to the league one day. And I mean, that's what really opened up my confidence whenever I came back, playing for the school.
Talk about that you are a facilitator, the fact that you're able to distribute the ball, but then again, the scoring. And then on the flip side, your defense, and you're able to come up with those steals as well, those picks. Just having that overall, game, on both ends of the floor, it's got to be very satisfying.
Oh yeah, it's great. I started developing my scoring before I started developing defense, and my coach at Big Shots, he said, "You ain't gonna get nowhere without defense." So then I started training that, and I developed to where I'm scoring the ball and having to guard the team's best player. And I mean, I love it.
Yeah, it's great. 1,000 career points. I mean, you talk about again, the some of the biggest accolades, especially in high school basketball. I mean, that you can again hit. I mean, to again see that amount up there and to be recognized for that achievement. What did that mean to you personally here, Leyton?
Oh, it was very emotional. I freshman year, I never thought about scoring 1,000 points. It was not even a, you know, thing in my head, but I just kept grinding and I got it, and it was very emotional night whenever I did it.
Hey, there was another game. I don't know if this is a career high up to this point. You had 42 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists, 3 steals, 0 turnovers, shot 77% from the field, 80% from behind the arc. I mean, that was just a phenomenal numbers. I mean, to be like in the zone and
Yeah.
firing on all cylinders. Gee, that's got me, just again, you feel like that adrenaline rush, and that
Oh,
you're
yes, sir.
just everything is splashing, everything is falling, in terms of your shots. I mean, just talk about that. Talk about that particular, game there.
I was feeling it from the tip. I believe first play, we got the tip, and I went down and I hit a three. And from then on out, I was just feeling it. I think I scored 3 possessions in a row right off the bat with a three, a pull up, and then a layup. And then from then on out, it was just everything was falling. I didn't miss
Yeah.
much shots, and it felt great. It's always great to score 42 points in a single game, and I
Oh,
did that in 3 quarters.
wow. That again, that's amazing. And you know what? Another game I wanted to point out, and you had a teammate also hit the 1,000 career mark, and Evan Turner, your teammate, back, I think here are a couple games: 32 points on December 19th. December 17th, he had 27 points at the half against Jenkins from Kentucky. I mean, again, it's not easy to do, but the fact that, in one half, you're able to, again, tally those numbers. I mean, that's spectacular.
Oh yeah, Like I said, the first half, I felt great, and in the second half, I was feeling great too. But I mean, we was up by a lot, so I had to go out in third
Yeah.
quarter, let other guys get playing time. It's always great to see your teammates get some more playing time than they usually do.
Hey, what does it mean, I said playing alongside with Evan?
Oh man, me and him have played together for a while now, and his name is actually Ethan
Oh,
Turner.
Ethan, I'm sorry. My bad.
Oh
My bad.
no
Okay.
problem. And um, like I've said, after that game, I got an interview with a local media guy, and like I said in that interview, I've never had a teammate that I've played with before where I've had more chemistry with than him. And whenever we're on the floor, it's like we click. He knows whenever a pass is coming. He knows whenever he needs to get me the ball. I know whenever I need to get him the ball. I mean, it's just every time we step on the floor, it's a click thing. It always
That's
has
great.
been.
That's great. Yeah, it's it. I mean, they say basketball truly a team game. You gotta have all five guys on the court really, lock in step, developing that chemistry, and that's wonderful to see. And one other game I wanted to point out: December 12th against Gibbs, you tallied, I think, 37 points. Hey, what is it about the game? I mean, playing for a long time here, Leyton. What are some of the intangibles that really stand out to you? Whether it be a game or a practice, something that, like, really propels you, to come back year after year playing this sport.
I mean, I've always loved it. I've always loved playing the sport, and whenever you put in the work and see the results, it like demands you to put more work in to see even better results. And
Yeah.
I've just kept doing that and kept doing that, and I just love the game. Nothing can separate me from it.
Yeah, that's terrific to hear. They talk about, like, the fact that you got to stay sharp with your fundamentals and skills, and I'm wondering, like, just like going into your senior season in terms of that preparation and just to build upon that strength and conditioning, nutrition, rest and recovery. What you've been able to do aside from the team practices on an individual basis as well, Leighton.
Um, I mean, as much as you want to work out and get in the gym, it's important for rest days because your body needs
Mhm.
that.
Yeah.
So you got to pick out some rest days, and I mean, it keeps you focused. It really does. Hanging out with the team, outside of just the games and practices to keep your
Yeah.
head right, and get some rest. But it's also even days that you don't have like mandatory practice, you get the
Hmm.
team together in there and shoot, get some shots up and keep that team chemistry going. That way you can go down the road in playoffs.
Yeah. Hey, you brought up something really key is having that mental focus, before you take the court. And then once you step on that, I just think is so pivotal. I mean, if you don't, I mean, the physical part or component of the game, but if mentally, that you
Yeah.
lose that throws you off your game. So I'm just wondering, like, as you prepare for a game, put don that number 5 jersey on. What is it? What do you do? So definitely to keep yourself, like, really zoned in and focused at the task at hand.
As soon as I wake up, I get a good breakfast, go to school, and then the team will always go get something to eat. I mean, you can have some fun with your teammates, but as soon as we go into that gym, even before our game, we're locked in.
Yeah.
We'll be in the locker room listening to music, but we're focused. We don't. Whenever we step foot in the gym, we're focused on that game and nothing else. We
Yeah.
want to win that game and come out with a dub.
Hey, what does it mean to wear that number 5 jersey? What does that represent to you personally, Leighton?
Represents everything. I mean, without that jersey, I mean, without the opportunity to be on that team, I couldn't really accomplish anything.
Yeah.
So every time I put it on, I put pride in it,
Yeah.
and I make sure that people know whenever I come off the floor, they know that number 5.
That's great. That's great. Hey, don't forget about your coaches, the coaching
Oh,
staff there, what they've meant to you along this journey, especially here in your senior year.
oh yeah. They meant a lot. Even after practices, they don't have to. They have plans outside of practices to do stuff. But majority of the time, if I ask, can I stay after hour and a half to get some shots up? It's every time it's a yes.
Yeah.
Because they care just enough about me as I do about basketball to get me to the next level and to get me better. So, I mean, it means a lot for them to do that for me. And even if they can't right after practice, they will make a time that we both can. and get me in the gym to get up some more shots.
Yeah, no, it's again fantastic to hear. So I'm wondering, late when it comes to the college game or NBA, what players do you pay particular attention to and sort of try to take away their tendencies, maybe some nuggets away from them, and sort of apply it to your game?
Well, I mean, right now, I mean, I all the guards. I like Luca a lot. You know,
Yeah.
I love the way he plays the game. But I've watched a lot of Jason Williams.
Hmm.
Whenever I was in middle school, I was a huge passer. I mean, I still am, and I just
Yeah.
love the way he can pass the ball. I mean, I love the way that he plays. So I really tried to mimic some of his game. And then
Hmm.
whenever I got the skill, you know, I would look at more scores to see how they score the ball so easily. And I'd
Yeah.
look at Luca right now. I mean, he can just score the ball effortlessly. So
Yeah. You just took the word right out of it. I was going to say that word, but that's great to hear. As we know, it's just not being an athlete, it's being a student athlete. And you've been able to excel in the classroom, 3.75 GPA, 20 on your ECTs that you scored. You obviously have that time management and organization, pat down. But what is it for you that you've really been able to strike that fine balance, Leighton?
Oh, well, ever since I was little, you know, if I ever want to become a college athlete, it was like you gotta work hard in the classroom just as much as you do out of the classroom. And I was
Mhm.
like, okay, so I got to put in the work for that. So it don't matter if I had some homework, I would do that before I went to the gym to make sure I got that done first, and to make sure that my mind was in the classroom just as much as it was whenever I had the basketball in my hands.
Yeah. I mean, there's so much. I mean, you go through the rigors of a season, the grind, in terms of, practices, and then, you have your lifts, you watch film, games, especially those bus trips. I mean, there's a lot that goes into it. And then you have to quickly, turn around and, focus on your schoolwork. I mean, that's not easy to do. Not everybody's cut out to do it. But again, you've been able to, meet those requirements.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
Hey,
it's not cut out.
yeah,
It's
go
not
ahead.
cut out for everybody. I
Yeah.
mean, if you can't do it, you can't do it. But you got to have, like we said before, a mindset. If the mindset is not
Mhm.
there, then you can't accomplish anything. And
Yeah.
a big part of it is my parents, coaches, teammates keeping me in check, keeping me focused to do my schoolwork and
Mhm.
to get shots up or extra practice with the basketball.
Yeah, it's great to hear. As you know, Leighton, we live in a day and age of social media, so you've definitely been able to utilize that, to your advantage, and especially Twitter. Or you have Instagram out there, a bunch of apps, but especially Twitter, and posting those highlight videos. And definitely, giving a big shout out to Kevin Moses. He's definitely, one to break down, said basketball athletes, skills. Just talk about social media highlight videos and working with Kevin Moses.
Oh, it's been great. Um, fun fact, I didn't even have Twitter on my phone until sophomore year because that's whenever I realized that, putting in the work can get me to college, get me
Hmm.
to the next
Yeah.
level. And I was talking to people and they said, you need to download Twitter. And I was
Hmm.
like, okay. So I done that and I started posting highlight videos, started retweeting tweets that mentioned my name.
Yeah.
And Kevin Moses, commented on one of my videos. And then I texted him, thank you, and he hooked me up with everything. He actually came to the game the other night and
Yeah.
um, helped me out a little bit, and I really appreciate him from all that.
How great is that, from your peers and the people who are mentors out there, heavily involved in basketball. And then for your name to be out there, recognized again for your hard work, on the court. I mean, again, it's got to be truly fulfilling. I mean, it's just like, it's got to be a good feel moment to just, know there are people who truly care, and, just talk about that.
Oh yeah, it's crucial whenever you have people behind you,
Yeah.
pushing you to do better and better. And my family and my coaches have done just as much work to get my name out there and get my name to colleges as much as I put in the work for my skills.
Yeah.
And it means a lot for them to do that because without them, this wouldn't be possible.
Yeah, no, I agree. And I love that from Kevin Moses. He says you're a prime time performer and you're going to take your team, on a deep run in pursuit of a championship. I know that is the end goal, is to win a championship, Leighton.
Oh yes, sir. Of course, we haven't had one at
Yeah.
West Greene in a while, and
Yeah.
I'm hoping to make that happen this year.
Yeah, no, it's again, it's outstanding. You talked about the family support. I had to ask you about your parents. You have a sister as well. I mean, what have they meant in terms of this athletic journey here?
Oh, they've meant a lot. After every game, it don't matter if I played the worst game I've ever had in my life, they were still behind me, and that's crucial because every basketball player, every athlete, after a bad game, they get down on themselves,
Yeah,
and it's very important for somebody to pick them up. And my family's done a great job about that, and always letting me go to gyms to get some shots up and not keeping me locked up in the house. I mean, it's great. I know
yeah.
I couldn't ask for anything better.
Yeah, I again, I think that it just, again, awesome to see that you're able to develop that work ethic. Because I think that's the thing is that we've seen that with especially sports 24/7, 365. You really can't take a day off. If you really want to be
Yeah.
the best at your job and your position, you have to like put in the time in the gym. And obviously, again, you've been able to do that and develop that routine that has elevated you to this level here, Leighton.
Yes, sir. Of course, you have to put in the work. If you don't, and again, with that mindset, you have to have the
Yeah.
mindset where you're gonna put in the work every day. And I mean, like I said before, your body does need rest, but it
Hmm.
don't need too much rest.
Yeah. No, I agree. I want to ask you about West Greene High School in terms of the student body, the administration, athletic department there, the support for you and the rest of the team as well.
Oh yeah, they're very supportive. We'll have pep rallies, everything like that. To support the team and all they've accomplished. And they actually purchased my 1,000 point ball, and I really thank them for that.
Oh, very nice. That's great. That's great. Hey, talk about the community as well, because I think they're important as well. I think a lot of that gets underscored. Talk about that, how when they come out and support the team as well at the home games.
Oh yeah, it's just as important too. They come out every night, no matter if they know it's going to be a blowout or know we're going to get blown out. They come out every night and support us just the same. And whenever they come, they're loud, and it's very important for us.
That's great. I want to ask you on the flip side is that you have, of course, the away games and those bus trips. And I think I ask athletes a lot these questions of behind the scenes moments, where you really develop that brotherhood. We talk about football, but basketball, I think, is the same way. And I wanted to ask you, like, what are those moments been like for you the past, said couple of years?
Oh, it's awesome. Coming in as a freshman, I mean, I knew like of the upperclassmen, but I didn't know them, personally. And those
Yeah,
bus rides and going out to eat with the team, really helped me develop a relationship with them and help us become
yeah.
more successful, as a team and as a unit.
Almost, it must be like a full circle moment for you here as a senior. Now you're, leading by example. The freshmen, the sophomores, they're learning the ropes now from you. Talk about that, being able to pass that knowledge down, that experience as well.
Oh yeah, it's something I take pride in. I want them to look at me and look at like that's a leader. That's how
Yeah,
I want to be whenever I get to an upperclassman. And whenever I get in the gym and start shooting, if any of them, I told them if any of them ever want to come, they're more than welcome to, and I can help them with
yeah.
anything that they need.
I know we're getting really down to the crunch time, down the stretch here in terms of the number of regular season games before you hit those state tournament games. I mean, has it dawned upon you, here, especially those home games, that they become more meaningful, impactful, and knowing that as you close in on the end of your high school basketball career at West Greene High School?
Oh yeah, it means a lot. I mean, you want to win season games, but at the end, all they do is seed you for the tournament. And
Mhm.
when time comes around, any team can beat any team at any time,
Yeah.
and that's whenever we want to shine. We actually just beat the number one team in our conference,
Oh,
and
okay.
it was big.
No, that's great. That's terrific to hear. Hey, I know you have hopes and dreams, to play college basketball. And before I ask you that, I really want to ask you about the hobbies as well, because I think that's important. I mean, because you have so much pressure on you in terms of academics, athletics. You need something where you can really kick back and sort of relax and clear your mind? I know you like playing basketball with friends and video games. What are those moments like for you, Leighton? The fact that you're able to like shift your attention away for a brief amount of time and just, I mean, I'm sure take that deep breath and just, relax. Talk
Yeah,
about that.
I mean, it's crucial to have, like I said, the rest days,
Yeah.
and hanging out with friends and playing video games with friends. I mean, that's having, a lot of fun, and
Mm-hmm.
having a lot of fun on a rest day is, I mean, you need it.
Yeah.
I mean, some people, like to say, "Oh, you're not in the gym, you're not working." I mean, but they ain't seen, every other day that you're in the gym. I mean, your body does need rest. If you work too
Yeah.
much, I mean, your body might not react very well.
Yeah, no, I agree. It definitely could break down. And it's just like you develop those injuries, and that is key for the recovery. As I said, Houghton Jr. will play college basketball, get that teaching degree to become a coach, and have a great family. That's all wonderful aspirations, and the fact that I really am impressed by that you want to get that teaching degree to become a coach. And I think because you've again developed those skills, and these are life skills, especially when you're on the team and even off the court as well. Just talk about that, because this time around next year, you will be in college, or like, I'm talking about in the fall. I
Yeah.
mean, that's coming, that's nearing right now. But talk about that, having those goals in mind.
Oh, it's important to me. Very important. I want to have money to support my family whenever I get older, and I
Hmm.
really want to stay connected to basketball. So I thought about training, and I thought about coaching, and I've made my decision. I really want to coach, and become a teacher. And I
Hmm.
mean, I want to play basketball. So if the opportunity comes after college, you go play semi-pro overseas or
Yeah.
anything like that. I mean, it's definitely, a decision I have to make. But
Hmm.
right now, as far as my decision, it's going to teaching and becoming a coach.
Yeah, it's great. Really getting those X's and O's down, and that's again wonderful to see. And I think you're in a great spot here, Leighton. Before you get the final word, what your message is for those younger kids out there, those athletes, because I mean, it's as you know, it's so competitive out there, and so many kids playing, said athletics, and it's the margin for error is very slim in terms of, like, trying to move up that ladder and succeed. I'm wondering if they were going to watch this interview, what would you say to them, and just in terms of trying to navigate those waters? They can be turbulent at times, and in terms of what they could do, if they want to try to be like you one day.
I would say never give up. I mean, keep pushing no matter what. You have a bad game, you have a bad shooting day. It don't matter. Everybody does it. Best player to ever live, Michael Jordan. He's had bad games.
Hmm.
Like he said, I'm pretty sure like he's been trusted to hit the game winner. Over like 100 times, and he's missed some.
Hmm.
And everybody misses shots. Everybody has a bad game, but keep pushing and never give up, no matter what.
It's great. Hey, well deserved sound advice, and you get the final word and message here, Leighton, for family, friends, teammates, coaches on the West Greene High School varsity basketball team in the community of Mosheim, Tennessee. You got the floor here, Leighton.
I just want to say thank you to everybody, for pushing me to be the best that I can be. Without y'all, this wouldn't be possible. Without my coaches, pushing me every day. Without my family, keeping me in check and letting me go to, play basketball, and the community for coming out and supporting every game. And if they see me outside of the game, telling me great game or keep pushing, it's very important. I thank you for the school for supporting me and everything, and congratulating me on my success.
Well said. Hey, Leighton, a true honor and privilege being able to speak with you and hear your background story. Especially through the game of basketball, and say you're not finished. Still, I said again, a lot of games to be played, and I'm sure that you're gonna have more memorable games in terms of scoring, and wishing you and the rest of the West Greene high school varsity basketball team all the best, and of course, when you reach college, then.
Thank you. I really, I really appreciate it.
Thank you.